All right, y'all. 4.2 test is tomorrow for factoring. Okay, so number 1, which of the following polynomials has a greatest common factor of 5x squared? So that x squared is really important. They all have to have at least x squared. So that's at least x squared. Everything is. But this is not at least x squared. These are both not at least x squared, and these are both not at least x squared. So A is your answer. Okay. Which of the following polynomials are factored completely? So you can look at the second half of it. They took out a 2x, but look, 3 and 9 still has another GCF of 3. Therefore, it's not factored completely. Okay, you could also look at it by the front. So 4x and 12, well, 4 goes into it, but they both have an x, so I should have taken out 4x. So therefore, this one is not your answer. Here, they both have an x, so I should have taken out an x, and I did not. So here, 4x squared, they both have an x squared. There's no GCF left, so D is your answer. Factor completely. So let's find the GCF, because if you notice, all the GCFs are different. Like this still has a GCF left in it, so we know that's wrong. So if you don't remember, you can do math right 9, and we do 12, 18. So 6, so then math right 9, use the 6, comma your third number, which is 30. So 6 is my GCF, so I know it's not A. Do they all have an x? Yes, so I should have taken out an x, which is B. Number 4, if you were asked to completely factor this polynomial, which of the following would be the correct answer? So none of them have a GCF taken out, so we don't really even need to worry about that. You could do your snowflake. A is 9, B is negative 24, and C is 16. So 9 times 16 is 144. B is negative 24. A is 9, so 9x, 9x. So then I need to find what multiplies to give me 144 and adds to give me negative 24. So I can do my top number divided by x, my top number divided by x plus x. Second graph. Okay, I need to find negative 24 right here. So those are all positive. Let's go up. So here it is, negative 12, negative 12. Now I want you to realize that 9 over 12, 3 can go to both of those. So when I divide by 3, I get 3x over negative 4. Well, these are exactly the same. So I'm going to get 3x minus 4, 3x minus 4, which is B. Now, I want you to realize you could have done this one in your calculator as well by typing in y1 what was given to you. And in y2 your answer choices. So 3x plus 4, 3x minus 4, second graph. So see how they don't match? Therefore, that's not your answer. Okay, so here if we do 3x minus 4, 3x minus 4, everything matches because it is my answer. Number 5, if you were asked to completely factor this polynomial, which of the following would be the correct answer? Well, to completely factor something, you have to take out the correct GCF. So technically, I think if you check this one in your calculator, all of these equal that, but they're not factored completely. So they all have an x, so we knew we need to take an x out, and this one didn't. So that's not my answer. Okay, so again, you can do math right 9, 8, 20, which takes out a 4. So math right 9, 4, comma your third number, which is 12. So 4x should be my GCF, and the only one that did that was B. Now it says factor completely, so we always have to start with our GCF. So 5 goes into 5 and 15. They both do not have an x, so I'm going to take out a 5, divide by 5, divide by 5. 5's cancel, and I get x. Negative 15 divided by 5 is negative 3. I cannot factor that any further, therefore that is my answer. So that was just a GCF problem. Okay, here, again, let's start with our GCF. 3 is my smallest number. 3 does go into 12. Remember, if you didn't know that, you can do your math right 9. Okay, so 3, and they both have an x of at least 1, so I'm going to take out an x. 3's cancel, x squared over x. If I took one out, I still have 1 left. Here the x's cancel. 12 divided by 3 is positive 4. I can't factor anything further, therefore this was also just a GCF problem. Here, they all have an x, so I know I need to take out an x. So if we don't know our GCF number, we could do math right 9, 18, 27, and I get 9, so math right 9, 9, comma my third number, which is 36, so 9 is my GCF. So I'm going to take out a 9x. Okay, so again, if we don't know, 18 divide 9, do it in your calculator, y'all. So that gives me 2. And if I had cubed and I took one out, I have an x squared left. Okay, minus 27 divide 9 is 3. x2, if you had x squared and you took one out, you only have 1 left. Here the x's cancel. 36 divided by 9 is 4. And that's plus, so plus 4. Now, technically, that's a quadratic left in the middle, so we can use our snowflake and see if we can keep going. So ax, 2 times 4 is a times c, and b is negative 3. Now, what multiplies to give you 8 but adds to give you negative 3? Well, if this number is positive and that's negative, I'm going to have a double negative. So negative 1 times negative 8, negative 2 times negative 4. Neither of those are ever going to add to negative 3, therefore it's prime, and I cannot keep going, and this is my answer. Okay, here's another GCF problem. So if you notice, all of these so far are GCFs. Okay, here, figure out what your GCF is. Math, right? 9, 12, 16. So it's 4, and they both have an x, so we're going to take out an x. Okay, 12 divided by 4 is 3. X squared, take 1 out, you get 1 left. Minus 4, the x's cancel. There's your answer. Here, it's in the wrong order. Okay, so we need to fix that. Remember, it has to be in standard form, which we learned last unit. Okay, that means the highest exponent first, and you go down. So negative 40 x squared minus 24x, and this is a positive 16. So first things first, I have to take out a negative because there's a negative in the front, and I need to figure out what the GCF is. Math, right? 9, 40, 24. 8, does 8 go into 16? Yes, so 8 is my GCF. They do not all have an x, so I cannot take out an x. So divide by negative 8, divide by negative 8, divide by negative 8. Negative 40 divided by negative 8 is 5. Negative 24 divided negative 8 is positive 3. And 16 divided by positive 16 divided by negative 8 is negative 2. Now I can try to factor the inside that it's got quadratic. So 5 times negative 2, so a is 5, b is 3, c is negative 2. So a times c is negative 10, b is 3, because remember a times c, b, ax, ax. Okay, so 5x, 5x. Okay, knowing that, what multiplies to give me negative 10? But adds, so I'm just going to do my factors of 10. 1 times 10, 2 times 5, nothing else. Now, it's negative, so one of these has to be negative. 1 and 10 will never make a 3, but 2 and 5 could. So 5 minus 2 is 3. So those are my numbers. Okay, so knowing that, this one cannot simplify. So I'm going to bring that negative 8 down. I'm going to bring that over 5x minus 2. But here, 5 over 5, you can simplify, divide 5, and you get x over 1. So there's your answer. Okay, so flip. Factor completely, use any method, show your work. Okay, so here you've got 2 more sides. We're almost done. Okay, so here it's in order and there's no GCF, so I'm going to start. A equals B equals C equals A times C is 10, B is negative 7, AX, AX. Okay, what multiplies to give me negative 10 but adds to give me negative 7? If you don't know, use your calculator. It's negative 2 and negative 5. So my answer is x minus 2, x minus 5. Now, please remember that you can check your work in the calculator, type what was given to you, and then in Y2 type what you came up with. Second graph, everything in Y1 and Y2 match, therefore it is correct. Okay, let's try this one. A times C is 6 times negative 2, B is negative 1, 6x, 6x. So what multiplies to give me negative 12 but adds to give me negative 1? If you don't know, use your calculator, but it's going to be negative 4 and positive 3. Both of these can simplify. Okay, if you're not positive about simplifying, okay, you can come here and do math, or alpha y equals, enter, and do 6 over 3. You obviously can't type the negative or the x. And that gives me 2, which I want you to realize is the same thing as 2 over 1. Bring the x in whether it's positive or negative over. Okay, math right. Oh, sorry. Alpha y equals enter. So 6 over 4 gives me 3 over 2. So this becomes 3x over, that's negative, so negative 2. So my answer is 2x plus 1 and 3x minus 2. And again, check your work in the calculator. I'm not for time's sake. Okay, here, let's try again. There's no GCF, and they're in order. $15 times 2 is 30. B is negative 11. A is 15, so 15x, 15x. So what multiplies to give you 30 but adds to give you negative 11? Okay, let's do it in the calculator. 30 divide x. 30 divide x plus x. And I'm looking for negative 11. Look, right here. So negative 6, negative 5. Okay, alpha y equals enter. 15 over 6 is 5 over 2. Bring over that negative. And then alpha y equals enter. 15 over 5 is 3, but remember you have to write it as a fraction. So negative and x. Here we have a GCF of x cubed, x squared, x. So I can take out an x. And I want you to realize 3 goes into 18 and 3 goes into 27. So we can take out a 3x. So that leaves me with x squared plus 6x plus 9. The x is canceled. And now we factor the inside. Leave that 3x there, so when you do get an answer, you put that 3x in front, because that's still part of your answer when you take out a GCF. So A is 1, B is 6, C is 9. 1 times 9 is 9, B is 6, AX, AX. Well, 3 times 3. So I want you to realize these match. Okay, so that's when I can write x plus 3 squared, or I could rewrite it 3x, x plus 3, x plus 3. Either of those. They mean the same thing. Okay, last one on this page. These are pretty big numbers. I would suggest every time you have a pretty big number, check for a GCF. So 16 comma 28, that tells me 4. Math right, 9, 4 comma my third number, which is 30. So 2 is actually my GCF. Do they all have an x? No, so I'm just taking out a 2. Okay, so half of 16 is 8, half of 28 is 14, and half of negative 30, don't forget my x, is negative 15. Try to factor that, bring down your 2 so you don't forget it. A times C, 8 times negative 15 is negative 120 over 14. Okay, so let's figure that out. So negative 120 divide x, negative 120 divide x plus x. Oh, I forgot my negative. Be careful. Okay, I'm looking for 14, positive 14 right here. Negative 6, positive 20. Oh, I forgot my ax. So a is 8x, 8x. So again, simplify. Alpha y equals enter. Oop, not here. Alpha y equals enter. 8 over 6. So that simplifies to 4x over negative 3. So remember, bring the negative, bring the x. Okay. Alpha y equals enter. 8 over 20 gives me 2/5. So this becomes 2/5 positive and x. So I get 4x minus 3, 2x plus 5. Last page, y'all. This has gone faster than I thought. I know I'm moving fast. Pause, rewind, fast forward, whatever you have to do. Okay? Let's keep going. A equals, there's no GCF because A is 1. They don't all have an x, so we can't take out an x. That's a negative, by the way. 1 times negative 32 is negative 32. B is 4. AX, AX. Okay, so negative 32, divide x plus x. And we're looking for positive 4. There it is. So negative 4, positive 8. Okay, so my answers are x minus 4, x plus 8. Here, we can check for a GCF. Math right 9, 10, comma 31. Like I said, anytime you have big numbers, right away it tells me 1, so I know there's no GCF. And they don't all have an x, so keep going. Whenever you have the big numbers, it's always worth checking for a GCF before you get started. Okay, so 10 times 15 is 150. Negative 31. 10x, 10x. Okay, so knowing that, 150 divide x, 150 divide x plus x. We're looking for negative 31. So right here, negative 6, negative 25. So alpha y equals enter. 10 over 6 gives me 5 over 3. Bring over the negative, bring over the x. So 5x minus 3. 10 over 25 gives us 2 over 5. Bring over the negative, bring over the x. 5x minus 3, 2x minus 5. Now there also is a quick check. What's 5x times 2x? Well, 10x squared. And negative 3 times negative 5 is positive 15. So that's your quick check. Here we have a GCF between 27 and 9. 9 goes into both of those. So math right 9, 27 comma 9. So 9's my GCF. They don't have an x, so I can't take that out. So 27 divide 9 is 3. Now, I think difference of squares, but this is not a perfect square, therefore that you are done. That's all you can do. So it's just a GCF. Here they all have an x, so let's take it out. And let's see what GCF 9, 30, and 9 have. So math right 9, 9 comma 30. I don't really need to do this again because 9's already in there. So my GCF is 3x. So divide by 3x, divide by 3x, divide by 3x. 9 divided by 3 is 3. X cubed over x. If I took one out, I still have 2 left. 30 divided by 3 is 10. if I had 2 x's, I took one out, I have 1 left. 9 divided by 3, the x's here cancel, you get 3. So I'm going to try to factor that inside. A equals 3, B equals 10, C equals 3. 3 times 3 is 9, B is 10, 3x, 3x. So what multiplies to give you 9 and adds to give you 10? Positive 1, positive 9. 3x plus 1 does not simplify. But this does. You can do a 3 in both of those, or again, alpha y equals enter. 3 over 9 simplifies to 1/3. Bring over the sign, bring over the letter. So 1x is the same as just x. Last problem. Check for a GCF. They're big numbers. They all have an x, so I'm going to take out an x. So math right 9, 36, 78 tells me 6. So let's see, math right 9, 6, because that's what I got, comma 30. So 6x is my GCF. 6x, 6x, 6x. Okay, 36 divided by 6 is 6. Took 1x out, I still have 2 left. Negative 78 divided 6 is negative 13. I took 1x out, so I still have 1 left. Here the x's cancel because I took 1 out. And negative 30 divided by 6 is 5. So now let's see if that can factor. So remember, a times c on top, so negative 30, negative 13, 6x, 6x. So let's see, negative 30 divide x, negative 30 divide x plus x. And we're looking for negative 13. Right here, positive 2, negative 15. So alpha y equals enter. 6 over 2 gives me 3, but remember I have to leave it as a fraction. Bring over your sign, bring over your letter. So 3x plus 1. And again, one last time. 6 over 15. That gives me 2 over 5. Bring over your sign, bring over your letter. So 2x minus 5. Test is tomorrow. Study. If you have any questions, bring them to me at the beginning of class. Good luck.